Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple system that saves websites' contact form submissions directly into Google Sheets. This is perfect for small business owners, freelancers, or anyone who wants a cost-effective way to collect and organize important data effortlessly. You can test this method using just your Google account and your local computer, no coding experience required. So, let's dive in and get started. Rather than writing the code from scratch, let's begin with the provided code and explore how it works. Once we understand it, I'll guide you on customizing the form to suit your needs. To get the code, go to the blog post using the link in the description. Scroll down the page until you find the link to the Google Sheets workbook. Click on it to open the Google Sheet, and make a copy of it to your Google Drive. In this Google Sheets workbook, the first row contains the headers for the table where we'll store the contact form data. I have named this sheet Contact Form Responses. Do not change this name, as it will be used in the code later. Next, go to the Extensions menu and select App Script. This will open the App Script project bound to the Google Sheets workbook. In the code.gs file, I've already included the app script code required for this project. Let's set this aside for now and return to the blog post. Scroll down to the Code Snippets section. In the first file, titled code.gs, you'll find the same code that was included in the Google Sheets. Now, go to the bottom of the index.html file. Right-click on the View Raw link, and open the file in a new tab. Then, right-click on the page and save it as index.html on your local computer. Repeat this process for the script.js and styles.css files as well. In the script.js file, you can see a placeholder on line 14 for the web app URL. To get this URL, we need to deploy our Google Apps Script project as a web app. To do this, open the Apps Script project and click the Deploy button. Then select New Deployment. Choose Web App as the deployment type. Provide a description for this deployment. In the Execute As field, select your email. In the Who Has Access field, select anyone. This allows anyone to submit data through your form without logging into their Google account. Now, click Deploy. If this is your first time deploying, you will need to authorize access. Click the Authorize Access button. Select your email on the next screen. On the following screen, click Advanced. Click the link with the name of your app script project. Then, click Allow. After completing these steps, you will receive the URL for the web app. Copy the URL. Then replace the web app URL placeholder in the script.js file. Save the file. Next, double-click on the index.html file to open it in your browser. Fill out the form and submit the data. If everything is set up correctly, you will see a success message displayed below the Submit button. Finally, check the Google Sheet, where you will see the submitted data successfully saved. Now, let's see how to modify the contact form to add a new field. First, open the index.html file. Let's add a new text input field for the company name. To do this, duplicate the existing input field, rename the id to company, and update the placeholder text to company name. When you hit the Submit button, the form will be handled by the JavaScript code. So, let's open the script.js file. When the Submit button is clicked, the script first prevents the default form behavior. This step ensures that the page doesn't reload and instead allows the form data to be handled asynchronously. Now, we need to include our new field in the form data variable. Duplicate the name field entry in the code and rename it to company to capture the value of the new input field. Once you've made these changes, save all the files. Next, open the code.gs file in your app script project. When the form is submitted, the doPost function is triggered. This function receives an event object, which contains the form data from the HTTP POST request. It extracts the submitted form data, processes it, and appends it as a new row in the Google Sheets spreadsheet named Contact Form Responses. Now, let's extract the new company field from the form data. And also, make sure to add a new column in your Google Sheet to store the data for this new field. Since we have updated the code, we need to redeploy the app script project. Navigate to Deploy and select New Deployment. Provide a description for the deployment and click Deploy. Copy the new URL, then open the script.js file and replace the old URL with the new one. After that, refresh the index.html page to load the updated form. Now, fill out the form and submit it. You'll see that the data is submitted successfully, and the new field is working as expected. Thank you for watching.